everyone, happy first day of October. Today we're doing a cooking collab called October in Our Kitchens, hosted by my friend Bridget Ann at Happily Homeschooling in Iowa. So today we are going to share one of our favorite quick meals. You've seen us share several crock pot dishes and instant pot dishes, and speaking of which, if you want to see more of those, click that notification bell below because we'll have another one coming up soon. But in the meantime, also if you're new here from Bridget Ann's channel, hi, nice to see you. I'm so glad you all are here today. But today I decided that instead of doing like a big complicated meal, I couldn't really think of like anything new, and then it was like, I'm fixing to pull the Instant Pot out to make lunch for the kids. And it's one of our favorite, ooh, the sun just went really weird behind me. It's one of our absolute favorite quick meals for fall. So today I'm gonna show you how we do baked potatoes in the Instant Pot and canned chili to go with it. First thing we're gonna do is set up the Instant Pot, make sure the lid is clean. It's over here beside it, make sure the Instant Pot's clean. This Instant Pot was gifted to us. We received it for Christmas 2 years ago. Thank you, Grandma. It was one of the best Christmas presents I've ever had because like, I absolutely love this thing. The other one would be like my crock pot, and then I also have like a try, like where it has 3 different pots in it, crock pots. So like I love anything that I can throw food in and go because we're just so busy, especially right now with being able to travel at least once a week right now. So this has been amazing for doing super quick with. Again, I'm actually going to share an Instant Pot dish next week. Again, ring that notification bell and you'll see that. But today, to start off with, I just want to get it set up first, and I'll show you why I can't do anything until the food is in here. But just have it set up. Also, as part of setup, you need to have your rack. If you don't have one that came with a rack, I'm not 100% sure how this will turn out. We've never made the baked potatoes without the rack inside of here. But for now, we have our rack inside with the handles pushed out, and it is plugged in and ready to go. Next, we're going to take our 4 baking potatoes. I know one of them's a little bit smaller, but my youngest loves like small potatoes, and she still uses smaller portions than the rest of us. So, and again, it's just for like a light lunch, and it's going to have other stuff going with it. So we're going to wash these 4 potatoes. Then we are going to, so what I do is a lot of people just like stab your potatoes because you need to vent them. I usually just cut 3 lines on the top, so like one here, one down the middle, and then one here, and then I just slice the 3 lines on it. Then I'm going to set them inside the Instant Pot with the vent side up. Now that they are washed and sliced with 3 slices on them and they're in the Instant Pot, one thing that I have found while researching for different recipes and things, I actually am slightly changing how they normally tell you to do potatoes in the Instant Pot. But they always tell you to add water when you're pressure cooking, and when you're doing the baked potatoes, they recommend doing the pressure cooking setting. So what I do instead is they normally say just do like 1 cup of water. What we have found is if you add like 1 bouillon cube in while it's starting to pressure cook with the water in the bottom, the bouillon from the chicken bouillon cube, you can do beef if you want, if you're doing like a meaty side dish, which we're doing chili, but we like the chicken better. We have tried it out, we like the chicken better. What we found is if you add that, the potatoes actually absorb some of that from the steam from the water while it's pressure cooking. It absorbs some of that flavor, and it's actually really, really good. So something maybe to keep in mind if you're doing that. If you don't like chicken bouillon, if you don't do salt, just water is fine. We just do it for the extra flavor. So literally, I'm going to take this, I'm going to pour it down the middle, and they say literally just 1 cup. When I first saw this, I was like, that's not enough water if they're going to pressure cook. It works. Trust me, it works. And if yours, like if it seems like yours isn't working, this is a larger Instant Pot. I don't remember how big this thing is, but it's like the largest one that Instant Pot sells. You may do 2 cups of water, but we found that just following their instructions on the 1 cup works fine. But like I said, we're also going to unwrap this, and I'm literally just going to drop it in the middle. And we've had no problem with it not dissolving or anything unless it's like an older container, but we just recently opened this one. So that should be fine. And I can't remember if that's the Aldi's brand or if it's an actual name brand, but honestly for us it hasn't really mattered on that either. So I'm literally just going to drop it in the middle, put the lid on. I'm actually shocked I just did that one-handed. I never can do that. Next, make sure your vent is turned. It's like this is off, this is the vent on to where it's set for pressure cooking, and mine will actually obnoxiously beep at me if I don't have it turned. So I don't know, but double check if it's like that. Also, see how it's like right here at the edge of my cabinet, because like all my outlets are right here underneath the cabinet. This is something that we do as well. We actually take the Instant Pot and we turn it and the vent to my stove is right there. So while it's actually pressure cooking, I haven't turned it on yet because it's annoying while I'm filming, but I just go ahead and turn it before I even turn this on. Then I do the settings, then I turn the vent onto my stove, and it helps to not have steam like right under my cabinet where my dishes are. So that has been something that's really helped. I've heard other people say you might be able to put them on your stove. I'm kind of wary of that just because, like, if a burner accidentally gets turned on, you now have a damaged Instant Pot. And also, like, if I could get it closer, I would, but the cord's a little bit shorter, and that is the only outlet over here. Like, there's one other outlet for my Keurig, but like mostly this is my outlet for the appliances over here. But we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn this on, push the pressure cook button, and it was on 18 last because I did chicken. Let's go ahead and do 15. So let's set it for 15, and all you have to do is push the button you want and set the time. It starts on its own. Maybe. Or it's gonna prove me a liar. There it goes. And now you just leave it. Now, here is something that people didn't tell me before owning an Instant Pot that I kind of wish I had known. The timer doesn't start from the on. The timer will start once it comes to pressure. And I did not know that. And I was like, ooh, I've got this perfectly planned on time and it'll be done for dinner. And it wasn't. So it actually has to come to pressure before the timer turns on. So if you're doing that, make sure you keep that in mind. And I don't remember how long it actually takes it to come to pressure. It depends on what all's in here, I guess, because I've had it do it on different time settings. So once it comes to pressure, we'll get the 15-minute countdown and we'll catch back up with you once that countdown starts. Well, we have a slight change of plans. So I thought that we had an extra can of chili in here before I started, and when I went grocery shopping this week, yeah, I didn't, and we accidentally used the only can that we had for a meal that I'd actually bought it for. So I'm not gonna panic. So what we do is we still have extra sour cream and cheese that we can put on the potatoes. But we also had 2 bags of salad kit that we were going to use for lunch tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is just move this up for lunch today and then do canned soup for lunch tomorrow. I thought about doing canned soup to go with it, but I just kind of felt like that was really heavy and a lot of carbs since we're also having breakfast for dinner tonight. So it's still okay because it's still a super quick meal and it still gave us something else to go with the salad. And yes, it takes 2 bags to do all 5 of us for lunch. So what we do on days that Matt is not here is we take a Tupperware container and we fill one up for him for lunch for the next day, and then we put the rest of it and divide it up into bowls for us. So that gives us like a vegetable to go with it other than just a potato, since potato starch. So change of plans, but not panicking because it still works out really well. But yeah, that's how super simple it is to just do baked potatoes, because then you can just throw other things with it and make a meal with it. The Instant Pot has went all the way through the cycle. It is beeped, and now you see how it says L001. It says keep warm. It is now on, it's still at pressure. Like if I flip this, you see this lever is still up. If I flipped it up, it would release pressure, and it would have to release pressure before the lid comes off. What I have found with the baked potatoes is leave them in there for another 10 to 15 minutes at pressure, like where it's not still constantly building pressure, but like naturally, I think they call it naturally releasing pressure, and leave it alone until this says 10 minutes. Another cool thing about these salad kits from Aldi's, my older kids, or actually all my kids now from 10 to 14, can assemble these by themselves, and makes it easier like if I'm trying to get stuff done, or if we're all basically just kind of working together. Plus it also teaches them some kitchen cooking skills and things. So one of mine was assembling the salad. I did let this go a little bit longer than I meant, but if you look, this is down, so technically this is already depressurized by itself. So let's see if it'll let me take the lid off. Yes, it will. Looky there. And I actually hadn't meant to leave it that long, but I was taking care of something else. So you can now see this, whoa. You can see the steam coming off of it, that it's still warm. And it will actually keep warm, I think, for up to 4 hours on mine, I think. Here, breathe, there you go. You can see the steam slits that I put in the potatoes, and that the boiling cube is gone, but that it did dissolve in here. So let's take these out and serve them for lunch. Just another little fun tip, if you're wanting these to look pretty to serve them and you're needing to get them out and don't have tongs, insert your fork into the middle slit to lift it up out of the Instant Pot. Still do it carefully because they might slip down the side, but I'm also wanting to open this for you all and show you how done it is. I mean, check that out. That's gonna be mine. It's fine. I don't mind slitting it sideways, but check that out. They're perfectly done. So now we have a super easy lunch ready to eat. So that is it for our super lunch. It didn't go quite the way we wanted it to because we ended up not having chili to go with it, but it's still super good. And again, it also kind of reinforced vegetables, which we try to reinforce vegetables as much as we can in between travel days, because travel fruit and stuff like that's easier. So, but that's it for this video. Thank you, Bridget Ann, for hosting this collab. I so enjoyed making this with you all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to do the playlist in the bottom with all the rest of the videos in this collab. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.